Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video I am going to be trying out the new Kosas, which one is it right here? The Kosas BB Burst Tinted Gel Cream. So I got it in the shade 10 Very Light Neutral, and I have, I guess, decently high hopes about this just based on the pictures online. Hopefully it is a good shade match. I did a kind of full face of Kosas when they launched their foundation, and as you can see in the thumbnail, the niacinamide in the product really didn't work out for me, and the shade was also a little off. So I think I tried initially Very Light Cool 120, which is right here. And this, I guess, technically expired in July 2023. I forget when this first launched or when I bought it, but this had a 12-month shelf life. And then I also tried the shade Very Light Neutral 100, which I guess expired in January of this year. So these do have an SPF claim. I believe it's just a mineral SPF. I don't know why exactly they included an expiration date. Sometimes foundations with mineral SPF do include an expiration date, and sometimes they don't. But anyway, I've tried both of these. I liked the finish minus the niacinamide, and in part that was just an issue of whether I was combining it with other niacinamide ingredients in my other products. But this one looks like it's going to be hopefully a better shade match than either of those foundations, and I will swatch them for you. So this one doesn't have an expiration date. It doesn't have any SPF or anything. And this one is in an airless pump. So that is what this bottle looks like compared to the glass and the pump with this guy. And yeah, this is the lightest shade in this product, I believe. And I'll go through a little bit of the comparisons between the products in a minute. I also picked up a new shade of their Revealer Concealer. I've tried several shades in this before, as you can see, because it's such a popular product. I really wanted to find a shade that worked for me, and I don't think I ever really did. So I got the shades 1.5C and 0.5N originally, and I think those are probably expired at this point. This one, the new one, is in the shade 0.7C. Very light with pink undertones. And just to show you, that's what they all look in the bottle next to each other, by the way. I mean, not a whole lot of difference that you can tell. I do also have a little sample of 01N, and this is another sample of 1.5C. So I'll do some swatch comparisons of that. And I pulled out, I'll go ahead and apply this. I pulled out some of my other Kosas products because ideally a brand's product should kind of work well together. So this is the Dream Beam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40. I just realized I didn't put in my Lumify drops that I normally put in before filming. Go ahead and do that. Okay, so hopefully my eyes will be a bit brighter in a moment. So I have applied my normal skincare already, but I haven't applied any SPF. And as you can tell, I am starting this video in daylight. It's a little bit after 2, it's 2:20. So that I can hopefully get in a wear test. I'm hoping to get in at least a 10-hour wear test today, so that would put us just after midnight. It is the Grammys today, or tonight, so it's a little bit easier to stay up when there's something like that going on. I can't tell if I'm in focus or not. I don't love filming in daylight because the lighting situation is a little unpredictable, and I have the door open a little bit for some fresh air, if you can hear that. All right, the kids playing soccer were starting to distract me. Okay, so I did 2 fingers worth of this sunscreen. And while we're kind of getting everything going, I'm just going to apply some of the Kosas lip oil in the shade Jellyfish. This is just like their clear shade. I do like their lip oils. Before I get too far into this video, I did want to mention that I fished these guys out of my declutter bin because I don't know. I think I've already decluttered these, but I was trying to figure out if I could recycle these somehow. So I have both of these, the Tinted Face Oil in the shade 01 and 02. So I'll do some kind of comparison swatching of this. I know this was a favorite product of a lot of people, and according to Kosas, this is supposed to be the new version of that. I don't think it's like a kind of direct reformulation, but it's kind of, I guess, a similar product in their lineup. So while all that is sinking in, let's talk about the claims and all of that. So this product is the BB Burst Tinted Moisturizer Gel Cream with copper peptides, and it retails for $38, which seems a little high for a product like this. This is 1 fluid ounce, 30 ml. It says a clean tinted gel cream that's a fresh take on a tinted moisturizer. It delivers a refreshing burst of active skincare, light buildable coverage, and a smooth, hydrated, natural finish. So it includes copper peptides, which are supposed to support collagen to visibly plump and firm, zinc, which soothes sensitive skin and helps with redness, saccharide isomerate, smooths and supports skin barrier, and sodium PCA hydrates and helps retain moisture. They say it's the prettiest your skin but better coverage, instantly showcases the appearance of smooth and even tone for a healthy look. Powered by triple hydration technology that helps support the skin barrier, collagen supporting copper peptides, and zinc oxide to visibly reduce redness. Clinically proven to improve bare skin and increase hydration by 230% after 4 weeks. Non-comedogenic and safe for sensitive skin. This comes in 24 shades, and like I said, I have very light neutral 10, which is very light with neutral undertones. I believe that is the lightest shade. And just to compare it a little bit to the foundation, this guy comes in 36 shades, medium coverage with a natural finish. And this shade that I have, very light neutral 10 or 100, is also very light with neutral undertones. And the very light cool 120 was very light with pink undertones. And like I said before, the kind of hero ingredients of these guys were niacinamide, caffeine, squalane, arnica, provitamin B5, peptides, and hyaluronic acid. So let's go ahead and I guess do some swatch comparisons. So this, like I said, has an airless pump. So in theory, you don't really need to shake it, I guess. Okay. So that is what that looks like. And next to it, I will swatch very light neutral 100. Yeah, already that one is looking much more yellow. I had hope based on the swatches online of this new BB Burst. And that's very light cool 120. And then I'm a little scared to kind of open these guys up, but let's see if I can. I'm not actually hearing anything in here. That's a bad sign. Oh, yeah, it's pretty separated. I don't think this is really a good. Okay, it's getting some. I wouldn't put this on my face, but for the purposes of this video. So I think that's kind of a true or true-ish reflection of the product. That was in the shade 1, and this one is also going to be. I feel like I'm mixing a cocktail. Okay, this one was shade 2. So yeah, you can see just how liquidy those guys were and a basic idea of the shades. I'm going to wipe those off so they don't run down my hand. All right, so the 2 foundation, and I mean, texture-wise and everything, there doesn't seem to be that big of a difference. But shade-wise, like I said, I'm a little bit more optimistic about how this product is going to work. So let's get this on the face. So I haven't done my eyes or anything. I'm kind of trying to keep this a little bit more towards the no makeup end of things. I have my Colored Science Total Eye, which is like an SPF tinted product. This is SPF 35 and it is in the shade Fair. So it has one of these guys, and this is what I keep in my bathroom. if I just want to put a little bit of something underneath the eyes and maybe some brow gel before I go out, just to kind of, I don't know, have a little bit extra SPF and not look quite so scary, I guess. So I don't always take it over the eyes, but so I just kind of blend that out. But yeah, I think this does help with some correcting. I always wear a corrector under concealer, usually with I think I got a little bit more in that eye. Usually with this product, I don't necessarily put concealer over it, but yeah. Okay, so that is it for kind of the first step. And again, going in with this guy, I guess I could have taken what I had on my hand, but that's fine. All right, so let's see. That's one full pump. I think they just said to kind of apply this like you would a tinted moisturizer. So I'm guessing that means kind of work it in with your hands. So already I think I like this as just kind of a light evening out. I like the finish. I do have dry skin and I am 38. So take that into account. So that is half, and it's so hard to get a good read of this. Yeah, it's very light coverage, but I think it does help even things out. I'm gonna take one more pump, just like that. I think they did specify that you should use this like you do a tinted moisturizer and adding coverage where needed using the concealer. So I did pull out the cloud set to kind of see how that does. It's not my favorite powder. I'm just seeing if I can build it up a little bit more where I have the most redness. Usually I go for something a little bit more substantial like the Charlotte Tilbury, but I'm trying to, like I said, keep with Kosas products and keep with this kind of, it's not no makeup, but you know, light coverage, that kind of thing. So I think that looks pretty good. And I just have a little bit kind of left on the back of my hand there. The good thing about tinted moisturizers is that you have a little bit more flexibility with the shades generally, so you don't have to be quite as precise. All right, I'm going to apply some of, this is just a little kind of sample of, but they're Kosas Air Brow. I'm getting foundation underneath my nails, but that's okay. So this is in the shade Taupe, and I have had a full size of this before, and I really liked it. Thought about repurchasing it, but hasn't been top of the list in terms of things to purchase. So yeah, normally like every day I would probably just do a clear brow gel, which I do have theirs as well. A clear brow gel, like I said, is kind of the companion to that Color Science product when I just kind of want to look groomed and awake and I'm not really trying to do too much enhancement, if you will. Yeah, so I don't think their clear brow gel is my favorite. I would probably go for like the Benefit or the Anastasia ones over it, but that's fine. Okay, so let's talk about the concealer. So I guess I'll swatch these in order, and conveniently they are numbered. So first up we have 0.5N. Yeah, these are definitely expired. They kind of smell like blue cheese. But that's 0.5N. And in general, I couldn't find complexion products that had the right undertones in Kosas necessarily. This is that's still looking a little peach next to it. Hopefully that works. So that was 0.7. Just clean off the rest of my hand there. And then, like I said, I have a sample of 0.1 N here. I just saw Tara Babies hauled the new Kosas shade. I think it works out better for her. I think she has kind of stronger pink undertones in her skin than I do. Okay, so that is 01N. I guess right after I do this little bit, I'll go film these in natural daylight, or at least take a picture. All right, and then 1.5C, which I think is a shade that Khaki uses. I guess I'll let these set down, and I guess just for good measure, I'm just curious if I swatch a little bit of the Tinted moisturizer above it. I think the model for the Tinted moisturizer shade that I have was also the model for 0.5N, and I can definitely see those being kind of better companions, although the concealer shade still looks a little darker maybe. Okay, but I'm going to try 0.7C. This to me almost looks like a corrector shade, and some correctors I can get away without putting a concealer on top. Sometimes there's too much, they're too pigmented, so it doesn't really work. But having a little bit of peachiness or pink, I still don't think this is very pink. I'm gonna blend this down. I think I will have to wet my sponge. I don't know. Let me know if you guys think this is a good shade for me. Yeah, so I think the shade range is one of the more frustrating things about Kosas for me. I mean, the textures and everything of their products are nice, but... Alright, so just kind of tapped that in. I just want to compare... What do I want to compare? So this is a really good shade. So this House Labs in 03 Fair Rosy is a really nice shade, and I mentioned in a previous video, but I burned myself, so I'm trying to prevent any kind of scarring there. So yeah, do you see the difference there in the House Labs 03 Fair Rosy? And even if I look at, I have, what is this? This is the Fenty in 125C, which is a little bit more peach. And then the original Fenty shade that I purchased, okay, so this is 100C, and I think Fenty describes this as having pink undertones. And this is the lightest shade. I think this shade is actually kind of almost too light for me. But I just wanted to kind of show you the difference there in like depth of or strength of undertone, if that makes any sense. So yeah, the Fenty shades I could actually probably mix together and get a pretty good shade. I've worn the 125C by itself, and I also really like that House Labs shade. Let me go take a picture of these, and I'll be right back. I don't think I was recording. I think I stopped recording to take that photo, and then I didn't hit record again. Okay, so what I've done, I basically powdered underneath my eyes and on my eyelids, and then a little bit all over with the Kosas Air Set. And I was saying how I think this is a good powder for people who don't like powder. If you have super dry skin, like you can see, it doesn't do a lot to kind of change the finish. And in general, I like the Charlotte Tilbury powder, especially for underneath the eyes, because it's a little bit more blurring. So there's that. I did apply the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer in light, and the MAC Glow Play blush is what I just did. And I am trying to decide whether I want to do much on the eyes. I might do that off camera. I'm going to apply a different lip oil from Kosas. This is in the shade Malibu. Like I said, I do like this formula. So nice pink lip. Probably won't stay on for long. Okay, so what time is it now? Just so we get a good read on the wear. It is 2:48. So like I said, hopefully I'll be able to do a 10-hour check-in, and I'll probably check in halfway through, maybe around 7 or 8. So we'll see how things are wearing there. But yeah, that is what the complexion is looking. I don't know if I was just saying this on camera or not, if I was recording, but it does feel a little bit heavy on the skin. So if you prefer a more weightless product, especially if you have oily skin, you would probably like something like the Fenty Tint, the original one, a little bit better. Just to have that kind of more liquidy texture and kind of the dry down. But especially if you have dry skin or you like something with a little bit more heft to it, you might like this. So that's the kind of first impression. But like I said, we'll see how things wear. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's going to have a lot of longevity to it. I'll just take this little towel and yeah, I mean, a little bit is transferring. I think because it is such light coverage, like you don't see a lot there. So that's something. All right, so I'm going to stop it here for now, and I'll check in with you guys later. All right, so I am back to check in with you guys. It's about 7:30 right now, and I just reapplied the lip gloss. Got it in the teeth apparently. So I haven't touched up other than that. As you can tell, I was wearing my glasses for a bit, so it's definitely kind of worn away there. So let me see if I can, I don't know, just kind of blend that back in a little bit. I didn't go to like heroic efforts to try and set that area of the face because I didn't think I would necessarily be wearing glasses. Overall, I don't look too shiny, maybe a little bit more on the forehead, which is pretty normal for me. I feel like I look less shiny with this product than I did with the Makeup Forever foundations, which is kind of interesting. For that one, I was using the Rose Inc SPF serum as kind of my base. In terms of other wear, I think what I noticed the most, like right this line on my forehead, you can see maybe it's settled in a little bit, which is not great. I don't think the concealer looks exceptional. It's kind of, I guess, settled in a little bit, but I think right after I applied it even, it just didn't look the best. You know, it just looked a little aging on me. I don't know if that's a function of the corrector I applied and the powder. So I think the next video I film, I probably will use that concealer again, and I'll pair it with my Charlotte Tilbury corrector and powder, which are kind of staple products for me. So yeah, it's okay. Like I said, it still felt a little heavy on the skin, and I don't know if I would go so far as to say it was irritating, but it wasn't one of those complexion products that you just kind of apply and then forget about. So yeah, not totally in love with that. I didn't see anything in the ingredients that kind of stood out to me as being a product that could cause irritation. Okay, so after I filmed the video, I went back to the Kosas site and took another look at the product page and the ingredients. And first of all, I just want to show you, if you scroll down here, so they have this Kosas Clean, which I guess is for their entire product line, where they say it's free of mineral oil, fragrance, parabens, sulfates, and phthalates. So that is kind of, I guess, their mantra for all of their products. If we go back up to the ingredients, however, so they have their call outs, but they have their full ingredients here. It's really tiny writing, but if you copy and paste this into the Paula's Choice Beautypedia page, which I've already done, you do have to, just to let you know, where it ends here, it has phenethyl alcohol and then this may contain, you need to have commas separating. So I did delete this bracket and the may contain, and then just went to the titanium dioxide, just so you know. But anyway, these are the ingredients, and they have this pie chart where they kind of break it down according to whatever their rankings are. And you see we have one worst and one not rated. Generally you want to avoid, or at least I want to avoid, products that are considered the worst. And if we keep going down here, so this is the first one. This is the not rated, and this is lavandula, I don't know how to pronounce that extract, and they say that it functions as a fragrance. They have not yet rated the ingredient because they have not had a chance to review the research on it, and they do take their time to actually look into scientific studies on different ingredients. But they don't list any other function besides fragrance, so if you know of a reason why to benefit the formula this would be included other than to add fragrance, let me know. But it is irritating that because fragrance isn't specifically in the ingredient list, because that is not included, they kind of get away with it. But here we do have, so they often kind of categorize something or give it sort of a more general term, but here we have phenethyl alcohol, which is at the very bottom. And this, again, is a fragrance. They say it's synthetic or natural irritant. And they say it is one of a blend of volatile and or fragrant plant oils or synthetically derived oils that impart aroma and odor to products. And they can be skin sensitizers because they are composed of hundreds of individual chemical components. And fragrance is a leading cause of sensitivity to cosmetics. And they do include a lot of the actual studies they've relied on. So you can look into it if you want. So anyway, so I'm not aware of a reason why that ingredient would be included. Sometimes they do have ingredients that may have fragrance, but they also have some other benefit. But yeah, it's very frustrating to me that brands do that and they get away with it, and it kind of turns me off the brand a little bit as a result. So I just wanted to make that explicit and to say that, especially like lavender, which I think is what lavandula, I think it's like French lavender. Generally, that's kind of an essential oil type ingredient I try to stay clear of. Roman lavender, I don't know. French lavender, maybe. So, anyway, just wanted to, again, make that explicit. I think I will set or touch up a little bit with the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Just maybe on the forehead for the most part. So just using my big fluffy BK brush. A little on the nose. I think maybe on the chin it's worn a little bit. Alright, so I think that takes us to a good place. Like I said, I'm at 5 hours right now. I put my hair back. I did feel like it was maybe, like my hair was kind of getting stuck on my face a little bit, which is not usually something that you want. So, I don't know. For me right now, it's just okay. I don't think it's anything that you need to rush out and buy. I think if you do want a light product like this, I would honestly recommend the Fenty foundation stick. Is really nice for dry skin, for kind of light coverage, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of how we are looking right now, but let me know what you guys think. Like the skin and the cheeks I think look pretty good, other than that kind of hair catching aspect. Anyway, that is going to do it for this check-in, so I will check back with you guys at the end of the night. Alright, end of the night here. Things are looking a little rough. It is almost 1 a.m. here. So we made it to the 10-hour mark, and to put my glasses back on, I think powdering maybe helped a little bit, but there's still a few marks there. I don't know that I would expect this kind of product to be completely transfer proof. Definitely looking kind of shiny in the forehead. I mean, a little bit of settling in lines kind of in those areas. On the whole, though, it doesn't look terrible. I feel like this is maybe one of those products that it starts to look a little bit better a while after initial application. So just adding a little bit more powder, seeing what that does. Yeah, the chin's kind of worn off. So I don't know. I wouldn't say this is a run out and buy it type situation. I will try to use it in some upcoming videos and let you know my thoughts. But I don't know. I guess in general I like it better than the foundation, which didn't work out for me for several reasons like I mentioned. But yeah, the concealer as well. Like I've tried it before, but I'm going to try it again in the coming days to see how it wears. Like there's definitely some pretty kind of significant settling and that kind of thing. So, I mean, some of that is just inescapable, but I don't know. I guess my thoughts on Kosas, I don't think this product has totally redeemed it for me. I don't think it's kind of ruined it for me either. But yeah, let me know if you guys have tried this or if you are interested in trying it. And until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.